Alright guys, I'm going to be getting into this video today for you and playing things on ×2 speed and trying to give you guys my thought process throughout the game, so I hope you can get a better understanding of the game. So it's Tactician Crown Opener. I think this is like really low odds to actually be able to hit this. And we're just going to be buying whatever pairs we see here. And as you can see, we're starting to find a duelist opener as well. And the cool part of going Tactician's Crown Opener, we get a little bit of railroaded here at the start, and it's too nice of an opener not to take, right? So we're able to get in 3 duelists. Usually you want to go for 4. But with the Tactician's Crown, you're going to be able to get 6 duelists out on the board much sooner, and power spike and steamroll the lobby a bit faster, right? So people want me to explain my augment selections. So we know that we have this many duelists already. So there's only a couple augments that come up to my head off the top of the noggin, right? Because they're all going to be 2 cost, so because we see 2 cost, 2 cost, 2 cost. You know, I'm thinking either Vitality of the Ox with Fiora, Winds of the Wanderer, because this is S tier right now, we're always going to take this, but there's Spirit of the Exiles. There's a lot of options you can take here. I don't think any of them is like super bad. I think this just makes Yasuo more of a hyper carry for you. So you're kind of dependent on it. And we got a Nico at the start, so I feel like this is viable. You know you're always going to hit the 3-star. And whenever we come into carousels, we're not going to care about any unit that isn't Yasuo or isn't a Yasuo item here. One rule of thumb to do is, since we have Yasuo and an orb out on the board, we're never going to take it. We're going to leave that there. So it increases our odds of finding more Yasuos. I don't know if they changed it or not. There's either 2 variations or ways you can play this comp. You can either play with supers, you know, where you're sitting on level 6 and rolling, or, you know, depending on the augment you get or something else, you could go for 8 duelist or 6 duelist, you know, over 4 duelists and 3 supers. Because you got a finite amount of units on the board, right? Although, in my opinion, the Ox Force version is better because you're able to actually get Spell Slinger for your Twisted Fate. So you're not just... The issue is although the units attack really fast, they don't do any damage. Like, this Kale is like tickling, right? She doesn't have like good base numbers. I'm zooming in because I'm a little tilted. This guy took the Yasuo augment too. So there's like there's like some giga items that you want on Yasuo, right? And he can rock a few unique ones. So here we're going Hodge because it gives crit chance, life steal, and AP. So this is like a gigabyss item on him, right? The biggest thing is you want that crit chance. Usually you want Jewel Gauntlet because Yasuo does AP and it allows him to one-shot, and you're going to see it throughout the course of the game. With this augment, he basically has aimbot, and we got in 6 duelists at 2-5, which is incredibly early, by the way. So my team now is synthetically tanky due to their trait bonus, and Yasuo needs a few conditional things. One, he needs healing. Okay. The next thing is he needs, like, I don't even want to say ramping damage. He just needs like a flat good damage item like Jewel Gauntlet or like Death Cap or something. But the third item he needs is like a survival item, right? And it's not even like Edge of Night. Like, what's good on him is actually Rapid Fire Cannon, QSS, Titans always fits in there. You know, you don't really want to go 3 damage items because you want him to be able to, I don't want to say go infinite, but you want him to be able to stay alive on the board, right? And we're trying to hold on as many units as we can in grade without breaking gold interest. Because in all reality, whatever other 3 costs we find, you know, is just icing on the cake. But the vast majority of the time, we want to just be able to save econ here so we can just push levels and just roll on 6, right, to find a couple of these pairs. As you can see, I just slammed the QSS. And here's something to note, because TFT is just a game of habits, right? So, do you guys see how I put the Yasuo over here, and then I start putting the items on him? It seems dumb, but this game's a ton of habitual things, and you don't want to make a mistake like me because I'm old, and like you click a component on Gangplank or something. And this matters more so in like the late game as well, like when you're starting to put like units on 5 costs and you can't refine them that easy. So this is just a good habit to get in. Either place a unit on the bench away from everything or place it off to the side before you slam items on it. It's just a habit, right? Creating healthy habits for yourself in the game. Organize your board so it's easier on your brain too as well. You can see we have the anti-pair over on the left. We have, you know, the other duelist over on the right. Okay. People want me to go over the augments. Double trouble would actually not be that bad. Especially if you start hitting some 3 costs or 3 stars. But I don't know. In my opinion, you're never gonna take this. I mean, you can, you know, if you're going like supers, you could go Gangplank with Malphite with Lee Sin and then like Yasuo, I guess. I don't know what you would do to min-max it. Knife's Edge is giga shit because although it used to be S tier in the past for duelists, the vast majority of them deal AP damage now, and our Yasuo carries AP as well. So we're just going to take Duelist Crest here because we get another free Yasuo. And then we're going to be able to fit 8 Duelists out on the board, and now we know we're not going supers for sure. And we want to push level 6 as soon as we can. This just comes with knowing the game and playing a ton of Duelists from the past set. Is the honeypot area to be is on 3-2 with standard leveling being level 6. And in the past, if you didn't have any upgrades like I do now, you would roll down a substantial chunk of gold to try to hit some upgrades. Because Fiora 2, Nyla 2, you know, Yasuo 2 are like really big units for you. As you can see, this Yasuo just has aimbot. I think this is like the most broken, one of the most broken augments of the set, hero augment wise. And anything duelist we're just going to buy, except for if it breaks gold interest. We are focusing on getting like a few of these 3-star before the others, and 7 duelists or 6 duelists doesn't matter. We can put another Annie out there for another Ox proc. But coming into the carousel here, we're either going to be looking for components for lockets, or we're going to be looking to finish off Yasuo's 3rd item. In this case, we're going to want it to be like a big AP item. We don't really care about healing because we already have Hodge. We want like Jewel Gauntlet, Death Cap, Archangels, anything that's going to go well with the AP Rod here. But you have to start asking yourself is like, what interval are we rolling down on? What you know, 3 stars are we going for? Usually people would just chill here on 6, but I don't know if that's the right move because we have the Duelist Crest. We want to start getting Twisted Fate. I'm assuming we're going to roll here pretty soon a little bit to get the Kale 3. Maybe get a Yasuo, yeah. Because we're sitting on a few pairs now, right? I'm like doing the math in my head, right? Because I'm old. I had 1 on the bench, 2 in the orbs, that's 6, 7 with the Nico. The biggest thing is, since we aren't going supers, once we hit Yasuo, we're going to want to level up. Because we're going to want to start going for Vayne and Nyla 3. That's going to carry us much more than these younger, like, smaller costs. And any leftover items now, we're just going to start slamming here. We're rolling a little deep here because we want to just be able to abuse the Nico and get the stats out on the board and start preserving HP and keep like a win streak going, right? And at this point, we're just going to take Battle Mage, right? The other one was Woodland Charm or High-End Shopping. We don't really care about High-End Shopping because we want to chill where we're at. Woodland Charm, I mean, it's going to make another Kale. It's pretty useless. Or we can make Battle Mage, so now my whole front line gains a ton of armor. And Yasuo scales with AP, Annie scales with AP, GP scales with AP, Nyla scales with AP. It's just really good, right? So Yasuo has a ton of flat AP now, armor, has some magic resist for the QSS. And you're going to just see he's going to just start one-shotting the whole board. And our goal is to be able to get Twisted Fate out on the board next. And pick up any other 3 stars we can along the way. So we know from this point, even though we're at 4-3, we have to go to level 8 as a minimum. In my opinion, this is completely overtuned right now, just this hero augment. Because if you hit Yasuo with 3, it feels like you just auto-won the game. And now we're just looking for tank items or another item to finish off on Kale because she's our 3-star. And we're gonna just put the Lux up to get Battle Mage value and also get Star Guardian Spellslinger out. Like I said, with Twisted Fate, you get the Spellslinger, which means bigger shields on Annie as well, and which is good to tech in there for the Star Guardian as well. Get Nyla to ulti a bit sooner. And this one's pretty close, man. Fighting against Morgana 3. And that's why QSS is so important. I might have made a mistake here and loaded dice the wrong person. I don't know in this situation who would be the best to loaded dice. We're just holding on to duelists. We're coming up on Fiora 3. And we're going to slowly push up to level 8 to be able to get out the final duelist. Some people, if they play 8 duelists, they want to put the duelist spat on Belveth. Which I don't blame them, but we were struggling a little bit for board space this game. I also think you're just missing out on a lot of value in the early game if you hold on to that for super long. It's also looking to go for Annie 3. We're just making Twisted Fate items. We know that the dude needs Rage Blade or he's just useless. And if we can't upgrade Twisted Fate, we're just gonna put that Rage Blade on Kale. It's just as good. And not just as good, you know, but you get what I'm saying. It's doable. And the biggest thing is, you guys need to, like, understand is, don't blow all your gold, bro, doing something stupid. Take your time, relax, realize you're 88 HP, don't roll down at a dumb interval and nuke your whole econ. Take the lobby as it is. You can take some losses here. Just start feeling comfortable in it, right? As you can see, Warmogs with Brawler Crest on Aatrox is pretty dang good. Dude got 7.5k HP. I respect that person for trying something. And at this point, I decided to frontline the Yasuo because there's two ways you gain mana in this game, is either like attacking or getting hit. If I frontline him like this, there's instances where he can just start 2-NATOing the back line, and he throws them out pretty quick, as you can see. So him having to do this huge strut and walk around, I don't have to worry about CC because the QSS, and the Duelist makes him take a whole lot less damage as well, so I'm not too worried about him getting bursted. And at this point, we're just looking for that Twisted Fate. And a little bit of rolling. It really, I don't think you guys understand how high roll it is to hit that Nunu 2 here. We're just rolling down because the lobby's coming to an end. We know we're not going level 9, and we really wanted to hit a Twisted Fate. At least to be able to get 8 Duelists out on the board, right? Maybe even hit the Annie 3. I think we did alright though. I mean, it kind of sucks how, with Gadgettine, how they just take no damage, but it is what it is. Okay. We're able to get out the 8 Duelists now, which is like super big. And the whole game plan for the rest of this is just see if we can get 3 stars for any of the other Duelists, right? We're at the stage in the game now, though, where you can't really frontline Yasuo, because Nara's gonna just double ulti him, and he's gonna insta-die. Any tank item for Nunu here. Whatever we think would be good. What a lot of people don't know is Bramblevest isn't just good for AD matchups. Last set, if you guys remember Recons with Cho'Gath and Rammus, one of the Gigabyss items on Cho'Gath was Bramble. Even though he had a ton of magic resist, it wasn't to give him a ton of armor. That was one component of it. But the other thing is, Bramble prevents people from critting on you. And it literally allowed Cho'Gath to just never die. And it's good in terms of when you verse a lot of these AP matchups, like Twisted Fate or, you know, Aurelion Soul, they all have Jewel Gauntlet. So when you rock Bramble, they're not allowed to really crit on you anymore, which is super good. And we're trying to Zephyr the Gnar here. Hindsight's 2020, but I guess it doesn't matter. Look how far the Yasuo is throwing the NATO. This goes to show you maybe you don't even have to have the Yasuo on the side of the backline you want to hit. And we're just looking for a Nunu item, whatever that might be. Oh, we can make Bramble for Nyla as well. So I hope you guys enjoyed this one. It was a little bit of a railroad, but you could take some things from this. I hope you guys have a good day, and I hope you enjoyed watching.